Hey guys, so today, oh my god, I've been waiting for this. Today we are doing the GTS OLED style taillights on my F80 M3. I've been waiting for this mod for a while now. I finally ordered a set from Mashimaru earlier this month. They got them out, I think it was like same day or next day, which was awesome. Of course, then they got tripped up in FedEx for a little bit, but they got here this past week. I wasn't able to get them in this week, had to wait till the weekend, so I've been staring at this box on the floor almost all week. Just super anxious to get these installed. I've seen a million pictures of these on Instagram, seen some videos on YouTube, and they look cool, but they look really cool in real life. I just don't think they translate as well in photo and video as when you see them up close and in person. They just pop so much more. The fins on the inside, just like so much detail going on there. I haven't had them installed yet, obviously, so I can't wait to see what the final version looks like. But just checking them out in person, they look very cool. I went with the red V2 style. I think that for Yasmarina Blue, I had to go for red. It's obviously any mod is subjective, but yeah, I just think that the red was gonna look better on the Yasmarina Blue than smoked. I think you have black or white or gray or maybe even a red car, the smoked looked pretty cool, but for my taste, like I said, had to go with red. Not so into the darker look for headlights or taillights or anything like that. So red V2 going on today. Had to do a garage install because a little cold and windy out. By the way, I'm aware that the garage is a hot mess. It's been like this for like the past 3.5 years since we moved in. Huge renovation project coming this summer, which I'm very much looking forward to and will make a whole series of videos out of, hopefully. Also, it's probably hard to ignore the fire red Dragon 89 Firebird. This is my son's car. Something of a project car, which I'm sure will be making its way onto the channel, or maybe its own, not so sure, but yeah, it's such an awesome car. But yeah, but focus, stay with me, focusing on this one today. So yeah, let's get this installed. Okay, so for the tools for this job are fairly simple. Just need a flathead screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, got an 8 and a 10mm socket, some pliers just for some of those plastic screws that can be a little difficult to get out, and some wire ties just in case some of the lighting needs to be organized when putting it back in. I'd also throw a little shout out to this grip mat. So my wife got this for me as a gift, and I've seen them advertised on Instagram. And it's just this sort of rubbery kind of sticky mat where your tools stick to it and it sticks to whatever it's on. I probably wouldn't use it like in the demo where the guy puts it on the hood of his car with a bunch of tools on it and then lifts up the hood to demonstrate that the mat doesn't move and neither do the tools. But maybe in the engine bay or something and collecting bolts or having some tools on it. It's actually pretty neat. Alright, so this is something worth noting real quick. You need an 8mm socket in order to loosen this piece up, and then from there you can push the light up and out. Where I was going wrong was I installed the new light. I didn't loosen this one up enough, and then so therefore you can see, so right there, that gap right there is where it hooks in right here. So you want to loosen that bolt up enough so that this comes down, and then you can hook this in and seal it in place. My God, this looks so good. Okay, so we're halfway done. I'm gonna take this outside to do a little bit of side-by-side comparison. something to note. Okay, so this piece here, right? So this is where it hooks in to the outer part of the frame here. The one on these seemed a little bit shorter than the stock one. So what was happening is, as you're trying to clamp this part down, as you're tightening the bolt here, every time I would get this tightened enough, this would pop up. So it seemed like this part here just wasn't hooking under. So eventually what happened was, I thought, well, maybe this piece, what goes in here. So this is the one that came with the aftermarket lights. I actually went ahead and tried the factory one. So I thought, well, you know, again, there's nothing I can do if this is too shallow, but maybe I could try this part and see what happens. So did I need to use the stock part in order to get this to secure without this lip popping up? Or did I just happen to seat it correctly with the help of my wife on like the 20th or 30th try? And then when we went to go tighten it, it secured into place. I'm not really sure. So if you run into this issue where you're trying to tighten it up and it keeps popping out, either try the stock piece or just keep going, and at some point it'll lock into place. Another important note, don't forget to run the hookup wire. I don't know that it's called a hookup wire, but here's what happened. So, remember this wire that comes on your taillight? It's very long wire that gets tied up. Well, it's actually necessary to get your brake light to work up on the top inner light. So I forgot to hook it up over here, but no big deal, because with editing magic, we can almost make it seem like I did. So this long wire that runs from the outer light, you have to actually feed it through this hole here, pull the weather stripping back, then you can get under the liner, and then from there, I don't know if you can see in there, but you can get access to behind here, and run it up, go in through the lining here. Initially, I tried to run the wire up here and then through the back here, even though this is going to be covered up by the backing. I still kind of thought I was going for like that sort of cleaner wire run look, and it came out through here and it was all awesome, but it didn't work because I didn't have enough slack when it came to the trunk arm, the plastic arm here closing and giving it enough clearance. So instead, we're just going to run it directly straight through. Have a couple of pieces of electrical tape because the 3M mounting tape didn't really work too well. And I try to line it up so that the tabs will fit here and you don't really see anything around back. So the direct route seems to be the best route. Everything looks like it's gonna clear now. Gonna get everything put back together, wrap up.
Alright guys, so the installation is done, and as anticipated, they look stunning. The level of depth and detail in these things is just extraordinary. Especially when you see them like under, you know, natural light or something, you can just see all the little detail in there. And as I understand it, the V2s have a little bit more detail than the V1s, which I think bring them closer to OEM look. But the fit and finish of them is spot on. I mean, especially when you consider that the originals are $8,500 from BMW versus less than $600 for aftermarket. I mean, I think this is as good as you can ask for in terms of, like I said, fit and finish. The gapping is pretty consistent all the way around, and I don't notice any, you know, weird sort of alignment issues. They fit right in and had no issues with installation other than this one. Like I said, I think that was just, I don't know if that was because, you know, the slightly shallower hook that goes into the top here, or if it was because I needed to use the OEM clamp. It still bothers me a little bit that the two are different, but you know, you can't say it. Overall installation was super easy to do, very minimal tools required. But yeah, I'll leave a link in the description below where you can get a set. And if you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification bell, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.